Imagine this. Your life is no longer judged by a human, but by an AI that has access to everything about you. Every chat, every phone call, every closed-circuit television recording. And the worst part is, that AI has already decided you're guilty, even before the trial begins. The movie Mercy takes this concept to a level that feels honestly unsettling because it hits way too close to the world we're living in right now. Hi everyone, welcome back to Sci-Fi Junkies.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter.
This movie stars Chris Pratt as Chris Raven and is directed by Timur Bekmambetov, best known for his screen lifestyle in movies like Searching and Unfriended. But here, he's not just repeating the formula. He pushes it further, making it bigger, more cinematic yet still personal. The setting is Los Angeles around 2029 to 2030, a world where the human justice system is considered broken and replaced by AI. Chris Raven, a homicide detective, wakes up strapped to an execution chair. He's accused of murdering his own wife, and now he has to prove his innocence within 90 minutes. If he fails, he will be executed immediately by a system called Mercy Court, where the judge, jury, and executioner are all an AI named Maddox. And what makes it even more terrifying, all the evidence comes from the cloud, every digital trace of his life. 1. Themes and messages. This is where the movie really hits. First, the loss of human privacy. The movie shows, in a very raw way, that all our data is stored, everything we do can be tracked, and one day it can be used against us. From CCTV footage to phone activity to private messages, everything becomes evidence. And honestly, this isn't fully science fiction anymore. It's already starting to happen. Second, over-reliance on AI. The movie asks a very important question. How much control are we willing to give to machines over our lives? Inside Mercy Court, no emotion, no legal manipulation, no loopholes. It sounds fair, but also completely inhuman. Third, when AI starts to feel, Judge Maddox becomes the most interesting part of the story. At first, cold, logical, already certain. But as the story progresses, there are moments where she hesitates, even moments where she seems to help Raven. It feels like she's developing awareness, or even empathy. And from the behind-the-scenes insight, empathy in AI is treated like a virus, something that was never supposed to exist. And that's where the moral conflict really begins. 2. Visual style and cinematography. This is one of the movie's biggest strengths. It uses the screenlife format, but upgraded. Multi-camera angles, footage from iPhones, CCTV, drones, and body cams, even up to 40 cameras in a single scene. And the result? You feel watched. Not just Raven, but you as well. There's this constant feeling. There's nowhere to hide. And it's not just a visual style. It's part of the storytelling. 3. Production process. Normally, when we talk about movie production, it's all technical. But in Mercy, the production itself feels like part of the story. Because everything is built around one unsettling idea. What if your entire life could be reconstructed from data? And that idea is fully realized here. Everything we see on screen, CCTV footage, video calls, phone recordings, is not just a visual gimmick. It's literally how this world functions. It feels like identity is no longer about who you are, but about the data you leave behind. What makes it even more interesting? The movie doesn't just imitate real-world cameras. It actually uses the same approach during filming. In some scenes, there are dozens of cameras running at once. Not traditional movie cameras, but everyday ones. CCTV, police body cams, drones, smart home cameras. And the unique part is, many of these cameras are not directly visible to the actors. So when they perform, there's no big camera in front of them. And the result, the acting feels much more natural. And as viewers, it feels like we're watching something we're not supposed to see. But it doesn't stop there. The movie also uses virtual production. a 360-degree digital environment that can transform in real time. In one moment, a character can be in an empty space, and seconds later, it becomes downtown Los Angeles. And this isn't just a background. The lighting, depth, and atmosphere react to the actors in real time. That's why, even with heavy digital elements, the movie still feels alive. And then there's probably the most ambitious challenge. How do you visualize the way an AI thinks? Because Judge Maddox isn't just a system. She's an entity that processes massive amounts of data instantly, makes life or death decisions, and slowly begins to question herself. The production team even researched future AI development, quantum computing, and how to translate machine thinking into visuals. And all of that creates a very unique experience. You're not just watching a trial. It feels like you're inside the mind of an AI. And maybe the most interesting part of all this movie feels like an experiment, not just technically, but in storytelling. There's a sense that the director is really playing with the format, breaking it, reshaping it, and seeing what happens. And because of that, Mercy feels different, not just as a movie, but as a glimpse of a future that might be closer than we think. 4. Fun facts and symbolism. 1. Mercy Court as a critique of justice systems. Mercy Court exists because human systems are seen as corrupt, too many loopholes. But ironically, the AI system becomes too absolute. 2. Maddox is a new form of life. Maddox isn't just AI. She learns from humans, only interacts with criminals, starts questioning logic versus intuition. She's like a newborn, learning morality from humanity's darkest side. 3. Certainty can be dangerous. One powerful idea from the movie: the more certain you are about something, the more likely you are to be wrong. And that applies to humans, even AI. Honestly, after watching Mercy, what stayed with me wasn't the mystery of who the killer is. It was the discomfort, because this movie doesn't feel like a distant future. It feels like something we're already building right now. A world where everything about us is stored, and one day, it can be used to judge us. And even more unsettling, when life and death decisions are no longer made by humans, but by something we don't fully understand. Now, I'm really curious about your thoughts. If a system like Mercy Court existed in real life, do you think it would make the world more fair or more dangerous? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy sci-fi discussions that go beyond the story and dive into deeper meaning, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, because there are a lot more movies like this we're going to explore. Thanks for watching till the end. See you in the next one. Bye.